Hello, boys and girls. Thank you for joining me again today as we read the second book in the series. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Storytime and Songs with Miss Joan. That way you can read through all the books with me, in all the chapters in order, and get to know the stories, and you'll enjoy them so much better. So today we are on chapter 13, Sneaky Setup. Meanwhile, the children and their families had finished a delicious dinner together and were at the hotel playground with their pets. A warm, gentle breeze was blowing off Lake Getaway. The parents took turns playing with the kids and relaxing. They sat in the double-seated swings, talking and watching the reflection of the beautiful orange sun that was beginning to set over the water. Lampposts that surrounded the playground lit up. It was a peaceful setting with a soft glow radiating from the lights. Unknown to them, Sonny Slade had entered the hotel lobby. He was carrying his brown leather case around his shoulder with Charlie inside. He felt a little nervous, so he took a deep breath and tried to straighten his posture. He quickly pulled a hanky out of his suit pocket and blotted the corner of his mouth. Then he approached the clerk at the desk. "Good day, young lady," Sonny smiled, trying to be charming. "I would like to get a room." "Certainly, sir," she replied as she looked through the list of rooms that were available. Sonny cleared his throat, trying to sound rich and sophisticated. "Ahem. I also see your sign says boat rental. Do you have any small yachts?" "Yes, sir, we do," she answered. "I would like the fastest one you have. I have a need for speed." "I'll be happy to do that for you," she said. Suddenly, he started coughing. Excuse me, dear, could you get me some water?" "Yes, sir," she said. "I'll be right back." While she went to get it, he quickly turned the guest book around and scanned over it with his finger. There it was, Clara and Betsy Bliss, room 202, right next to the McCoy's room, 200. He frowned as he saw the names of Detective Homer Bringenbach and Officer Clyde Bliss in room 103. Sonny glanced at the glass wall behind the desk and noticed the McCoys and their puppy, Samson. He also saw Clara May, Clyde, and Detective Bringenbach talking to each other. Zeke waited a few minutes before he walked in, so no one would realize that he and Sonny were together. He picked up a magazine and sat on a couch by the fireplace. The lady came back with a cup of water. "We have several rooms available, sir. What floor would you like?" After drinking the water, Sonny replied, "How about the third floor? I'd like one with a balcony overlooking the lake." She got out the keys to room 303. "May I please see some ID?" the lady asked. "Of course," Sonny said as he pulled out his wallet. He signed his name as Charlie Hopper and paid his money. "Here are the keys to your yacht. The docks are pretty long. They start behind the water park, continue along behind the hotel, and extend all the way to the other end of the pet kennel. You have boat number 18, which is parked behind the kennel," the lady said. "Have a nice day, Mr. Hopper." Sonny walked toward the elevator and got on. Zeke casually followed, pretending not to know him. No one else was on the elevator. "You saw what the McCoys looked like from the news report," Sonny said to Zeke. And you've seen Officer Bliss at the jail. I want you to get out there on the playground and spy on them. While you're doing that, I'll bug their rooms." "Why would you put bugs in their rooms?" asked Zeke. "Not those kind of bugs. I brought listening devices," Sonny replied as he rolled his eyes. The elevator opened to the second floor. Sonny got off and started toward Claire May and Aunt Betsy's room. Zeke stayed on the elevator and went back down to the first floor. He walked out onto the playground and sat in a glider close to where Officer Clyde Bliss and Detective Bringhamback were talking. He was facing the other direction, and it was getting dark, so they didn't notice him. The glider he was rocking in was a little squeaky. He could barely hear Clyde speaking to Homer, so he stopped and listened closely. "We're supposed to meet at the water park tomorrow morning around 9:30 after the McCoys get back from their interview, right?" Clyde asked. "Yeah," Homer answered. "The camera guys are supposed to follow them to get some video footage of the kids on the merry-go-round and the water slides." "What time are we meeting for lunch at the hotel restaurant?" Clyde asked. "At 11:30, Homer replied. "We have a place reserved right in front of the flat-screen TV. That will give us time to get settled and order our food before we watch the interview together at noon." After hearing this, Zeke thought it would be a good time to sneak off and leave. As he got up from the glider, the automatic sprinkler system turned on to water the grass. The water squirted in his face so he couldn't see. It just so happened that the kids and their moms were going for a walk together with their pets. As they approached Zeke, Samson started chasing Frisky. They ran between Zeke's feet and tripped him. He slid and landed in the grass. Jordan and Chase were running after the puppy and kitten with their mothers close behind them. "Oh my goodness, are you all right?" Brady and Chase's mom asked Zeke. Yeah, fine," Zeke replied as he quickly turned in the other direction so they wouldn't see his face. "We're so sorry," Jaden and Jordan's mom said. "Are you sure you're all right?" Zeke kept his face down. Yeah, I gotta go. I'm late," he mumbled. Then he quickly turned and ran back toward the hotel. Sweetie looked at the other two mothers. That was kind of a weird reaction, don't you think? "Yeah," both of the other moms answered. "Look," Jacob said, "his wallet and everything in it dropped out." "Well," Jaden's mom said, "I guess since he ran toward the hotel, we could turn it in at the front desk." Meanwhile, Zeke got on the elevator. He reached into his pocket for his card key. "Oh no," he gasped. "Where is my wallet? I must have dropped it when those stupid animals tripped me. Great. I guess I'm going to have to go to the front desk now," he said as he got back on the elevator. He got off again on the first floor, walked through the lobby, and approached the lady at the desk. "May I help you, sir?" she asked. Yeah. I lost my wallet. Has anyone turned it in?" he asked nervously. "Your name, please?" she said, making sure she was returning the wallet to the right person. Zeke sighed and rolled his eyes. He was so embarrassed because of the name that Sonny put on the fake ID. "Harry Creeper," he replied. The lady pointed toward the couches by the fireplace. "Those nice ladies just turned in your wallet a few minutes ago," she said. As Zeke glanced in that direction, Jake, Emily, and their friends saw him. "There he is!" the kids screamed excitedly. "Mister!" they yelled. They ran toward him as fast as they could, with Samson and Frisky in their arms. Zeke cringed as they surrounded him. Wow, that was a quick answer to prayer, Emily exclaimed happily. I know, Brady joined in. Isn't that cool? She asked Zeke. I bet you were praying too, huh? Yeah, sure, kid, he lied as he tried to fake a smile. Then Jake walked up holding Samson. We're glad we saw your wallet so we could give it back to you, he said. Samson began sniffing at Zeke, then growled at him. Samson, that's not nice, Jacob said. When Jaden walked up alongside his friend, Frisky hopped out of his arms and stuck her claws into Zeke's shirt. He jumped back and gasped, Get that thing off of me! I'm allergic to cats! I'm sorry, sir, Zeke said as he carefully began pulling her small furry paws off of him. Here we have a picture that my grandson Jaden drew when he was a little boy. He's a teenager now. Forget it, kid, Zeke said as he shivered and made a face. Look, I really gotta go. Thanks for returning my wallet. You're welcome, Mr. Creeper, Jaden replied. Zeke was really perturbed now. Obviously, they looked at the ID since they knew his fake name. He got back into the elevator and went to room 303. He wasn't about to tell Sonny what had just happened with his wallet. He saw him out on the balcony watching everyone closely with a pair of binoculars. Zeke told him what he overheard Officer Bliss and the detectives say. I'm glad I got you to spy on them. There were people standing in the hallway talking, so I couldn't bug the McCoy's room, Sonny said. He stopped and thought for a minute. The park opens at 8 o'clock. Since the McCoys will not be there until 9:30, things should run pretty smoothly. We'll have an hour and a half to spend on the rides, so I'll be able to keep the promise I made to Charlie before getting my revenge. Zeke laughed sarcastically. What's so funny? Sonny scowled. I'm a man of my word. He pulled out a map of the water park, hotel, and pet kennel. Pay attention, if you can, he said rudely, as he pointed to the water park. When those little brats get on the merry-go-round, I will release the grasshoppers. Since there will be a TV camera there, it will be all over WXYZ News. Therefore, I will not only punish those kids for getting me arrested, but my plan of revenge on the citizens of Homestead will also be satisfied. Then I will be ready to go forward with my new life with Clara May. Sonny gave an evil chuckle, and then he picked up his binoculars again. He noticed Clara and Homer taking Samson and Frisky from the kids, then walking through the gate to the doggone pet kennel. He saw everyone else going back to the hotel. Sonny said, my genius plan keeps getting better. I think I know of a way to get Clara May. Since she seems to be the one dealing with the kennel, I can use that little dog to get her to come to me. First thing tomorrow morning, you will go to the kennel, get a uniform, and snatch up that mutt, Samson. How am I supposed to get a uniform? Zeke replied. And how am I going to get to sneak out a puppy without them seeing me? If you want to get paid, you'll figure it out, Sonny snapped back. I will wear my father's white yacht suit and pretend to be their veterinarian. Zeke gave a frustrated sigh. So why would a vet be wearing a yacht suit? He asked. Well, because I'm ready to go on a boat ride, because I'm such a caring doctor, I'm willing to take care of my animals first, Sonny said. It sounds weird to me, Zeke snarled. After I release the grasshoppers, I'll go straight to the boat and wait for you to bring Clara May, Sonny said. Zeke interrupted. How am I supposed to get her to come with me? Obviously, if I'm a vet, you'll tell her the puppy is sick. You've got all night to think on it, Sonny answered. We need to get some sleep. Tomorrow is a big day. Suddenly, they heard what sounded like a dove cooing, coming from the device that was planted in Aunt Betsy's room. Good night, Joy, Aunt Betsy said. I'll see you in the morning. Then they heard a loud, caw, caw. Oh my goodness, what's a big black crow doing on my balcony, especially at nighttime? Shoo, Aunt Betsy called. Joy, did you see that bad bird? I didn't like the way it was looking at you. Sonny gasped. Could that be Eduardo? What is he doing here? I didn't tell him to follow me. Sonny walked over to his bed, picked up Charlie's container, and took him out on the balcony. Come on, Charlie, let's get some fresh air and listen to the crickets before Betty bye. Zeke shook his head and turned around. He could feel another headache coming on. He walked over to the sink to get a glass of water and pulled out a bottle of aspirin. Then he went to bed. Okay, now for our reading comprehension questions. Number 1, where did the children and their families go after they ate dinner? Number 2, what trick did Sonny play on the clerk at the desk to find out what rooms the McCoys and Clara May were in? Number 3, what fake name did Sonny use? And why do you think he used that name? Number 4, what happened to Zeke when he tried to sneak off after spying on Detective Bringenbach and Officer Bliss? Number 5, how did Zeke get his wallet back? And what name did he give the lady at the desk? Number 6, what was Sonny's plan for revenge? Number 7, what plan did Sonny have to get Clara May to come to him? And that's all for today. Please join me next time when we read Chapter 14, Important Interview. I hope to see you again next time, boys and girls.